70% of issues in a relationship have nothing to do with the matter at hand, but more to do with past wounds, beliefs that have yet to be healed. I was just 2 weeks into dating my now wife when I realized I was about to sabotage the best thing that could ever happen to me. And it was nothing to do with her, although my shadows would have told me the opposite. It was all to do with me. And it took a deep breathwork session for me to realize it, and it completely changed everything. Without that breathwork session, we may not be where we are today. In this video, I'll show you how breathwork saved my relationship and how it could save yours. And stick around to the end for information on a bonus breathwork session. Hi, I'm Alex Conroy, relationship coach and facilitator of spiritual growth. I help people release old wounds so they can thrive in love and life. Breathwork isn't just deep breathing. It shifts you out of your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight, where trauma lives, and helps your state transition into your parasympathetic nervous system, where your heart can be heard. When you're triggered in a relationship, whether that's with someone you've been married to for a long period of time, whether that's somebody you've been in a relationship with for a couple of years, whether that's somebody, like in my case, that you'd only met for 2 weeks, you're not responding to that other person. You're responding to a 10-year-old version of yourself that is hurt and wounded inside. Breathwork creates distance between the trigger and the response, allows your heart to speak truth. It drops you from the stories in your head and into the truth of your heart. And I needed that space desperately when I first met my now wife. Picture this. I've just met this amazing woman. We've been talking, going out for dates for a week or so, and we're walking down the beach together. Everything feels right when all of a sudden the fear creeps in. The old wounds, the old baggage starts to circulate in my mind, triggered by something that she said. I immediately noticed myself pull away. A wall was put up around my heart. Now you must be wondering, well, what did she say? She actually mentioned that it was so important for her that her partner would have purpose. And at that time, I was purposeless, floating, drifting through life, figuring out who I was in this world. And that hit home. The mind started spiraling and the narrative began. You're not enough. She's going to leave you. You're going to get hurt. You're not worthy of her love. She wants a man with purpose. Protect yourself before you get hurt. After that beach walk, I invited her to my house, where I cut things off. I became cold. The wall around my heart was so large, so thick to protect. It had nothing to do with her comment, but all to do with my wounds. A couple of days later, although the little boy inside felt protected, my heart still didn't feel right. It felt uneasy. So a friend invited me to a breathwork session in which I attended. And in that breathwork session, I was able to get out of the mind's narrative and into the heart's truth. I realized I wasn't seeing her. I was seeing every wound, every scenario that had happened before. Every woman that had broken my heart. Every guru that I'd seen that said, if you're not a man and you don't have purpose, then you're lost. Nothing to do with what she said, but all to do with my wounds around that situation. And breathwork allowed me to witness that, to see that truth, to connect to my heart, to my soul, to my spirit, which craved her love more than anything. My nervous system was in full protection mode, trying to protect past versions of myself from the hurt that I'd experienced before. And I realized I was about to destroy something beautiful before it even began. When you flood your system with oxygen and throw in a few breath holds, you're pressing reset on your nervous system. Your amygdala, the fear center in the brain, starts to quieten down. Your prefrontal cortex, where clarity lives, starts to light up. You feel the energy moving from the mind state down to the heart space. For the first time in a couple of days, coming out of that breath work, I had clarity around what I needed to do. And I could feel what was actually true beneath all the noise. And the answer came immediately. You're scared, but not of her, of being seen, of being loved, being vulnerable, of sharing your heart with another person in case it gets hurt again. Finally finding someone you've always wanted. It had nothing to do with her purpose comment, but all to do with my wounding. Immediately after that breathwork, I called her and explained everything around purpose and the wounding and how I'd been hurt before and how I feared being alone. And the thought of being with someone meant that I could potentially lose that person. Breathwork allowed me to be vulnerable, to speak from the heart, to heal that relationship. And that vulnerability opened my heart, but also opened her heart. And she turned to me and said, "You'll never be alone. I'm your family now." And my walls tumbled as we embraced in love. That moment of vulnerability only happened because breathwork allowed me to clear from the fear of the mind and into the truth of the heart, where connection lives. Breathwork helped me to break the cycle. Instead of sabotaging, I chose connection. Instead of protection, I chose vulnerability and presence. And that's how breathwork changed the trajectory of our relationship and saved my marriage. Without that moment, without that session, without me accessing my heart space and the truth, I would still be living in my wounds, not being able to connect with this girl I'd met just 2 weeks before. Now listen, breathwork didn't fix all of my problems overnight. It gave me a tool to access my heart, to access truth. In a world where we're constantly stimulated in our mind, out of the present, thinking about all wounds, traumas, breathwork acted as a tool to come back to the present, the only moment, the truth. It can help you navigate conflicts, communicate deeper, and build real, lasting relationships. So if you feel stuck in your head in a relationship or there's a conflict, try dropping into your heart, experience a breathwork session, and following that session, then seek answers. Not before, when you're in the trauma, the anger, the emotion of it, but afterwards, when you're in the truth of love. The real answers are there. We just need the tools to access them. And breathwork was that tool for me and helped me to save my marriage. Have you ever noticed patterns, wounds showing up in relationships? If so, leave a comment below. The more we share our experiences, the more it can help other people. The bonus is that this week I will be posting guided gratitude breathwork session, very similar to the session that I did all that time ago in Bali, that helped me access that clarity and presence and truth of my heart. And I'm confident it will do the same for you. So look out for that. I'll be posting that this week. And if you want to dive even deeper, you can book a free alignment call. Details are in my bio. Because remember, your life, your partner, all starts with you.